Prophecy in the News. I'm your host today, Pastor Tim Remington, and this is going to be our second part to a three-part little thing that we're doing with Eli Shukron. And Eli Shukron is, again, the leading archaeologist over the city of David, and he's been doing that for over 15 years, and he's pulled up some beautiful, not just beautiful things for us that are going to allow us to know exactly where everything was in Jerusalem, just by the findings that you have, and to bring some very important prophetical things for the future for us. So, and he's going to talk a little bit about a miracle that took place. In 2 Chronicles 32 and 30, it says the same Hezekiah also, he stopped the upper watercourse of the Gihon. He brought it straight down the west side of the city of David, and it said that he prospered in all of his works. In 33 and 14, it says, now after this, he built a wall outside of the city of David on the west side of the Gihon in the valley. As we get into this, he's going to tell you, after bringing in this water from the outside to protect the city of David, we have found some things that truly have identified the city of David being Zion, and we're going to get into something at the very bottom between the Triopian Valley and the Kidron Valley, at the very bottom of that triangle, that has absolutely identified the presence that there must be a temple, because there is a mikveh at the bottom that will hold, it's a 1 acre mikveh, purification pool for the entrance from a bunch of people before they go up to the temple. So Eli Shukron, welcome to Prophecy in the News, and we want to hear about some of your findings, where this water has went, how you know that, and what's the significance of it.
It's very interesting, because read Psalm 121, 122. It's amazing. We are going to the house of the Lord. But from where are you going to the house of the Lord? This is the question. And we're going to the house of the Lord after we purify ourselves, after we're ready to worshiping God in the house of the Lord. And that's the deal. You know, we're talking about finding, we're talking about excavation, and we're talking about where we are in Jerusalem. And this is very, very interesting, because, you know, before more than 1,500 years ago, it was a queen named Abdokia. We're talking about Byzantine time, 5th century AD. And she said, I know where's the pool of Siloam. I know where is it. I'm going to build a church there. And she built a church, and she built a pool. It's in the end of Hezekiah tunnels, right at the end of Hezekiah. She built all that building there, and the people going there for worshiping, for being there. And what's happening from that moment that she built the church till 2004, this was as a place that's saying this is the pool of Siloam, connected to the first temple period, connected to the first century. And the miracle of the blind man was there. But, you know, we are in a world, and the world have a lot of miracles. And this is what I'm saying, it's a miracle. Why it's a miracle? Because I did it in charge in this place. I just was around that. I was close to the Gihon Spring. It's like around more than 2,000 feet from the pool of Siloam. And it's amazing, because I heard that they're going to put their pipe, they're going to because the pipe was broken, and drainage channel, broken pipe, they need to fix it, and this is what's happening. And they came here, they started to work with the bulldozer. There was a lot of people around, workers, and no one saw anything. And I'm going there, and it's amazing. It's amazing how God has his way, Tim. You know, he has his way. Wherever you're doing, you know what he's doing. You believe it?
Yes, absolutely.
That's it. So what's happened? It's I'm going there, I'm going to be there, I'm going to take a photo to document this area, because I want to know. And I'm there around, a lot of people around me, there's workers, there's a director, all around this area, and there's a bulldozers, there's a truck, and And they're walking there. They're still continue walking. And I'm there taking a photo, and then I heard the sound of the bulldozer scratching the stone. You must understand, when the bulldozer is scratching the stone, you cannot see the stone. Everything covered with dirt. So what's going on? The bulldozer again scratching the stone. He takes the dirt to the track. I'm looking on the track, no stone. But I hear the stone. It's amazing.
So let me get this straight. It started out, they were just going to move a pipe, and when they started digging in there, then with all the people around to move this pipe, then you heard a bulldozer hit a stone. The only reason I'm redoing this because I want to make sure that they're understanding what you're saying.
Yes.
And so they hit a stone, but everybody was working, so they didn't hear it.
No, but no one saw the stone. Maybe
Yeah.
they heard that, but they don't understand that maybe there's something there.
So your ear is tuned to maybe what bedrock sounds like when somebody hits the weight of a bucket onto a stone?
It looks like they're eating a stone. But a lot of people around, maybe also they heard that they're eating a stone.
But there's still dirt over the top
But
of
there's
it.
still dirt on top of it.
So you stopped
Not
everything
fake.
for a minute.
And after a while, I said, okay, enough. Something there. Someone tell me that you need to do it. I didn't, I felt that I must to check it. I must to be there. Someone pushed me because all the people just heard and been around, and no one care about that. So why me caring about to hear the stone eating and going to see what's going on? After a while I said, okay, stop. And the people know me because they knew that I'm an archaeologist and I'm there, and okay, they complain a little bit, but they stop.
You felt an unction in you that something's
I
there.
felt that something is there. We must to check. Whatever happened. You're feeling that something happened, that something is there, and when you're feeling that something is there, you must to say, okay, I must to check it. Don't forget that I'm from the Galilee. So he sent one of his workers start to clean the dirt, and after a while he said, oh, there's nothing there. I say, no way. I focus on it. I say, okay, it must be there. So I say, okay, I'm going to work. I'm going to clean the dirt. This is my job. I don't care what you're thinking. I want to see that stone, what it looks like. I continued cleaning the dirt, and surprise, 3 steps. One close to other, going all the way to the bottom of the Turquoise Valley when it connected to the Kidron Valley. It's amazing. So what we have there are stairs. What is the meaning of that stairs? Let's check. Let's see. So what we did, we gave us permission to do it 10 days to walk there to see what we have there. And I say I must walk there in all my power, passion, to see what is going to be. And then I found 10 stairs. And then we need to open to the side. And then slowly we're starting to find all the area of the pool that we can find, because part of this area was a private property. We cannot do the excavation.
Can't dig on that.
We cannot do the excavation. So wherever we can do excavation, I say I must to check.
How did you get the government to agree to do that? Did they already now? Did you have a certain amount of time that you had to find it? And if you couldn't find something, then they were going to cut you off?
Look, it's amazing because one move you to other. And first I was working for the government, so it's no problem. So if you found that finding, it's so important, find it. And you can see that it's continue. So it's amazing.
So you continued the steps.
I continued the steps down, continued the steps up, and I found all what today, it's amazing, all what today the people are going to see the pool of Siloam. But it's not enough, because I say, okay, what I'm going to do, Tim, you're there. You have the pool. So what are you doing with the pool? The pool was so important. The pool was connected to the temple. What I'm doing now? I say, okay, I need to do the connection between the pool and Temple Mount. How I'm doing the connection? Which way? So I start to say, okay, the only way that we can do it, through the street that connected the pool with the temple. okay, if we're doing that way, let's start to found the street.
And you're referring to, it says, at the fountain gate, which was over against them, they went up by the stairs of the city of David, the going up of the wall, above the house of David, and they entered the water gate and went into the city above. So that city that went up above, it walked from, it's where all the pilgrims came in, and they were able to walk up. And you were actually brushing off the stairs to that all the way up.
It's very interesting, team. You said brushing off. It's hard work. What is brushing off?
Well, you work for the government, so I didn't think you worked that hard, but...
I work hard, not because the government paid me. I work hard because the people in the world, I want them to get the experience. And the experience is the experience of the Bible. And what the Bible talk about that? Of course, we're going to continue talking about the road and the channel, what we found there, but what is the meaning of the pool? What is the meaning of the road that connects the pool with the temple? And this is very interesting, because when you're talking about Bible, you're not proving Bible by doing excavation. And the Bible written not for you, not for archaeologists, not for anyone in the world to prove it. The Bible is the Bible. But when you're doing excavation and you found a finding, you can do the connection with the Bible. You can understand the Bible better. Why the blind man sent to the pool of Siloam. This is interesting. But not all what is written in the Bible, you can prove it by doing excavation. An example, let's go to John chapter 9. What Jesus did, what Yeshua did, he took a mud and put on the eyes of the blind man. How you can prove the blind man washing his face? You can prove it by doing excavation.
Did you see his eyeballs in there?
This is very interesting.
Yes.
But the place, the area, the connection, this is it. This is the place.
That's just good science. I think good science is not being able to have a supposition going into it, but what you do is you actually have the facts right in front of you. You take the facts, you line them up with these facts, you put them together. That's good science. So other than that, you can go all over the place with all these digs, which a lot of people do.
Yeah, and this is fantastic. Why it's fantastic? Because first, it's fantastic because Tim, in the world, in the life, God choosing you wherever you're doing. And I was grateful that I'm choosing, because if I was 5 minutes before I heard that, or 10 minutes after, today there's a road there, no one's seen the pool of Siloam, and going to the wrong place, but God wants us to find it now. And you read there, you see in the pool of Siloam what's going in the pool of Siloam. All the people coming there.
Eli, who built this pool?
By the finding, we know that pool built in the 1st century BC. Even I think we can push it to the Maccabean period. It's mean in the beginning of the 1st century BC. That pool that we see today with the stairs, we can go that way. Because we have there two phases of pool, one made by plaster, the other made by stone.
So 2 different eras, time eras.
It's not 2 different eras, but I think the fixed one, the other, but it's the same pool. And this is very interesting because in that pool was mentioned also before the time of the 1st century BC, before the time of Yeshua. So we know that pool. We know that pool is there. But as a system, as a huge ritual about that, all the pilgrims from all over the world coming and purify themselves there, and then going all the way to the house of the Lord, walking to the house of the Lord, going to the mountain.
You were making reference of Hezekiah in the pool that he made.
Hezekiah built the pool.
It said that how he made a pool,
yes,
and a conduit, and he brought water into the city.
It's fantastic. But from the other hand, you can see how huge that pool, how important that pool. And why it's important, that pool? Because there the people purify themselves before they go into the temple. And why it's important? It's important because when you go in and worshiping God in the temple, you must be pure. And purity is most important thing, because purity, it's not to go inside to the water. Purity is to pure your body, your soul, because you're going to worshiping God in the temple.
And so that was just a type when they washed in the pool of Siloam to go up on that pilgrimage up to the temple. They washed themselves there, but it's very symbolic of, I want to wash everything out, my soul, my spirit, make sure that I'm clean before I enter into the temple.
This is it. This is the deal. And think about first century. How many people in Jerusalem in the festival? Take Passover in Jerusalem. 1,000 people. 100,000 people there in Jerusalem. So what they are doing? How they can purify themselves? In the pool of Siloam, once. 1,000 going to the temple.
Going up before the presence of the Lord. So if
amazing.
that happens, this is a 1 acre pool. It's huge. 1 acre. And how many people you think could actually fit around this pool?
We don't know exactly, but a lot of people. A lot of people. So they can go once.
Thousands.
Thousand by thousand. It's huge. You're talking about the temple. So the temple needs a place to purify the people, and the water came from the wall from the spring. So it's high quality of purity, high purity in that water.
Because the Gihon spring was so pure.
The King Solomon anointed around the Gihon spring. We have a lot of understanding of the Gihon spring, so it's very special. Of course, from there going to the temple, it's amazing, just amazing. And and again, I didn't plan to go to work there. I didn't say I'm going to found the pool of Siloam. This not was in my mind. I was there in the right time. So, team, in our life, it's not the right time, it's choosing time. So God wants us to know where is the pool of Siloam in 2004.
Time chooses you.
Time choose me, and all choosing by God. And this is the way. This is the way how things happen. And today you can come there. It's beautiful. You can come there. You can sit. You can read John chapter 9. You can read other chapter in the Bible. You can understand the place and you can feel it, because this is it. This is the place. This is the place where it was the miracle. This is the place where the high priest coming and taking the water to the festival water in the temple. It's a huge finding. And you know that when talking about Jerusalem, how many miracles Jesus did in Jerusalem? 2. So 50% of the miracle of Jerusalem happened in the pool of Siloam. 50%.
Outside of the Galilee.
We talk about Jerusalem.
Yeah.
People.
Yep.
Galilee is Galilee. I'm Galilean. I know what is the Galilee. But when we talk about Jerusalem, it's just 2 miracles. John chapter 5, John chapter 9. John chapter 9 is there, and when I just give you a little bit my feeling, is a choosing, and I'm going there, and not all the people know me, but I'm going there with a group, with people, and I'm standing on the side and see all the people from all over the world, from China, from Hong Kong, from Africa, from South America, from Europe, all coming and sitting there. Of course, different time, different days, but all coming, sitting there, all reading the Bible. Opportunity God giving me to let the people open the Bible.
After all, you are Elisha from the Galilee, so maybe they're there to see you, huh? So there was a coin that you found in the corner of these steps, and which helped you to date it and determine that truly we know that this was here during that time. Speak of that coin when you found that coin.
No, we're talking about, for example, the pool of Siloam. We found the coin. We found pottery that tell us exactly. I'm not saying, okay, I'm date that because I'm dreaming at night, sleeping and waking up and say, oh, this is belong. No. We have found a pottery from the first century. We found a coin from the first century that tell us this area closed, destroyed by the Roman. I found a coin in the plaster between the stone that tells us when they built it. And of course, when I'm talking, I'm an archaeologist. I'm started with the finding. I'm going to understand the Bible.
You didn't drill a little hole down there beforehand and drop a coin in there, did you?
Tim.
I'm just checking. Checking my facts.
I just want to tell you something. It's very interesting, just between you and me, you know. It's very, very interesting, you know. In my life, I'm not drilling. I'm choosing, and I'm finding. And I want the people in the world to get experience when they come to the land of Israel.
And they
and
are.
I know, and we already talk about the mosaic stone, the big one.
Yeah.
We're putting another stone that tells us that we are closer and closer and closer.
The pool of Siloam is going to be one of the most important finds at the bottom of that city, because if we find that, then you can actually walk up those steps. You should be able to archaeologically find your way up the hill and absolutely determine the site of the temple and the site of everything, the identification of everything along the way. Because you got the Pilgrim's Road that goes up, you've got the water source, and you have the pool that's down at the bottom, the mikveh that's down at the bottom. So are you planning now on continuing to go up, or are you changing direction in your career, or are you going to go up and...
My life was very interesting life, because I'm from the Galilee, from Tiberias. You know, it's very interesting story that, you know, after the army, you know, every Israeli going to the army for 3 years. After the army, I was in the Lebanon War, first in '82, and after the army, and I don't know what is university. And my mom saw, you know, in newspaper that you can do exam and they can get option to go to study in the university. And she told me, oh, Eli, go to Jerusalem. So I took a bus to Jerusalem, slept one night in the youth hostel, go and do the exam, and back to my house. After a while, I get a paper. Oh, Eli, you're in. Go to Jerusalem, study. And my mom said, okay, go. I'm paying everything, no problem. I said, okay, I'm going to Jerusalem. And look, if it's not choosing, you know, from that moment, so I studied in the university, I did my degree in archaeology, Jewish history, and that. But all started with my mom. She was telling me, you need to go to study. You go to the Hebrew University in Jerusalem. And I follow my mom's words.
So a man that never wanted to get into archaeology in the beginning, a man that didn't have no idea, you found out that you could actually get in the university, your mom pays for the university, and you end up going for archaeology, and now you're finding the pool of Siloam.
And the way to the temple. So we have now the place where the people can purify themselves before they go into the temple. So we are ready. So step by step, again, another stone in our big mosaic floor.
Well, prophetically, we're there. Prophetically, we know that it's all been lined out. Now, you're here, you have found this, and we know that we're getting closer to this whole thing coming undone. Now, you go all the time. You have another one, September 28th through October 11th with Living Passages. You're going to be going on a tour there with Craig. And then other tours even past in.
Livingpassenger.com. We're going to do a great tour.
Why? Are you going to dig in between time?
Why? What we're going to do, you're going to let the people the experience of the Bible by the finding. And this is the great. We give them to touch it. We give them to get the experience. Of course, we all scholars. We're not a tour guide. Tour guide doing a great job.
Yeah.
But we are scholars, you know, and we're going to explore. We're going to be in the land of Israel. We're going to get our experience to the people that are going to come to Israel.
So this is prophecy in the news. So you don't really claim to be prophecy of that in the future. You just claim to you lay claim to right now, right here. We uncover it. I'm a part of prophecy. I'm a part of God's plan. You don't necessarily make any thesis on where it's all going to go or where the temple is. You only deal with the rocks that you turn over.
I think we know where the temple will go. We know the road where it's going. We have the connection to Robinson Arch, to Temple Mount. We have all that connection, so we open it. We open it for the people to get the experience. the experience, when you get the experience, you're more ready. Without experience, I can be ready to give to people to understand what they are doing. And for me to give that chance to the people, this is huge. This is the way. And again, I will tell you something. If I was still doing excavation, I wasn't sitting here talking with you. And again, this is what happened in my life, and everyone in his life, this is what God choosing us. And of course, I was in the excavation and found very important finding and doing all what I'm doing. But now, and I was underground, and I was every day with the pottery and with coin, finding and Kerbal, a beautiful finding that I found. But now, God choosing me to give that to the people.
Is there somebody taking your place, Eli? Have you trained somebody to take your place?
There's a lot of archaeologists all over the world, even in Israel.
So Israeli antiquities,
so the Israeli antiquities still continue doing excavation there. It's fine, it's fantastic. Let them find more. But now my mission is to bring the finding to the people, to bring the Bible to the people, to bring understanding, because the people need to understand, not just to see, to look, to understand what the Bible means.
Amen.
And this is what I'm trying to do. This is what I'm trying to do. This is what we want to do. And this is what we in livingpassage.com going to do in the tour of 2019, September 2019.
You're going to be able to tell them exactly how you know that this was the pool, and this is where it was found. We turned over this, and all the facts are right there.
And all the facts, all the details. They can ask questions.
Good.
And this is good. This is what I want from the people, to ask, to talk. And when they're talking about the Pool of Siloam, immediately to open the Bible. And what we want more than to people to open the Bible. And this is what I'm saying, this is my mission now. More people open the Bible, reading the Bible. There's a lot of things reading in the Bible, and of course follow God's way. And this is make us more closer to the future. What
Amen.
I'm talking about.
Well, next week we're going to be talking about ground zero. And that is very, very important, because this is going to be in the time of Abraham and another king. And so we're going to be talking about that next week. And so I sure appreciate you being on Prophecy in the News with us. And God bless you, Eli, and we'll get together for next week. We'll be there.